Diary of a Cat Mom.
Today's diary entry: why your cat's hair stands up. You're listening to Diary of a Cat Mom. Have you ever looked at your cat and suddenly noticed the fur standing up along their back or their tail? It can look surprising, especially if your cat normally seems calm and relaxed. Sometimes it happens during play, sometimes during a confrontation with another cat, and sometimes it can leave us wondering if something is wrong. As a cat mom, I learned that raised fur is not always the same thing. The reason behind it depends on what the rest of the cat's body is telling us. I normally only see the hair stand up on my cats when I touch them near the base of their tail. Many of my cats, they enjoy that spot totally. They get excited, lift their tail high in the air, and fur on their tail puffs up slightly. They seem happy, energized, and playful. But a few times over the years during my TNR, trap, neuter, and release work, I witnessed something totally different. Like there were two outdoor cats. You could see they were ready to fight for territory. At first, I couldn't tell which cat was the aggressor and which cat was frightened. Both had their fur standing up and both looked very tense. So first I tried to call loudly to interrupt them, but none of the cats paid attention to it. So then I looked beyond the fur and I could see one cat had the ears totally positioned differently and was leaning forward, challenging the other cat. And the second cat looked more defensive. And in this moment, I realized that the raised fur alone wasn't telling me the whole story. Thanks God I had a water bottle, splashed some water in the direction of the aggressor, and the sudden interruption startled them and he ran away. So that was great and allowing the situation to calm down. But what I learned is that raised fur in cats, which the name is Piloerection, is an automatic nervous system response similar to goosebumps in humans. And cats, they raise the fur to appear larger when they are frightened or defensive or startled or sometimes aggressive. And the raised fur can make them look bigger and more intimidating. So that's the goal. But the raised fur doesn't always mean danger. Sometimes it happens when a cat is playing and becomes very excited or overstimulated. And sometimes only the tail puffs up when the cat experienced a burst of excitement. And sometimes can be a sudden noise or movement what startles the cat and creates this. Or in colder temperatures, raised fur can even help trap warmth. So the biggest lesson for me was to stop looking only at the fur and start looking at the whole cat to really identify what is the situation. Like, what's the position of the ears? Is the cat hissing or growling? What's the body language? Is it leaning forward aggressively or trying to move away defensively? So the rest of the body language really tells the whole story. A raised tail alone with puffiness can just mean perhaps it's excited, but with flattened ear and hissing and arched back, then it's an aggression. And so I learned really that it also can be like a health issue, like can come from skin irritation, pain, or behavior issues. And in this case, it's really worth talking to a vet to find out more and get treatment for the cats. Today, when I see a cat's hair standing up, I don't immediately assume it's fear or aggression or something else. Instead, I pause and look at the whole picture, the bigger picture, so that the fur is simply one signal, but the ears, the eyes, the posture, the tail, the breathing, the skin, and the overall behavior really tells the whole story. And often just giving a frightened cat a little space or separating two overstimulated cats for a short period of time can prevent that the situation becomes something bigger. So sometimes your cat's raised fur is saying, I'm scared. Another time it can say, I'm excited. And then another time is really that you pay more attention to the other signals to identify what it could be if it's not frightened and not excited. But most important is that we love our cats and give them the time they need to create for them a kind environment so we can live with them in the most peaceful, healthy way possible. So thank you for being here with me today. This is Diary of a Cat Mom. Don't miss the next episode. There's always another lesson, another story ready to be shared. I will talk to you in the next entry. Diary of a Cat Mom.